Let's talk about Jaxson Dart real quick. I'll keep this short. I just want to say, I do not like how the Giants were overusing and abusing the run game with Jaxson Dart. And I hope moving forward, they figure out a real offense for him. The reason why he cramped up is because they tried to run the shit out of him. And I'm sure they're not actually training like that when they're in training camp. I'm sure it's more installs, and yeah, sure, there's some workouts, but there's no reason for him to catch a cramp his first game. But his first game, they got him running like crazy. Okay, I want to see how many Jaxson Dart's first game, he had 12 carries. I think those 12 carries are more of an example of Brian Dabol and New York's desperation to win. That's fine, I'll zoom in. Are we in focus? Their desperation was just, it was way too apparent. You can't just try to run him on every play, all right? Love to see when it works. Hope that they're communicating with him to have a real plan for getting down. A real plan. Like, no, Jaxson, these quarterback runs, these quarterback draws, it's literally just about getting that first down. It's literally just about staying ahead of the sticks. That's it. We really don't want you trying too much to make that bigger play to where you go run somebody over. Don't want to see it. Don't want you to do it. Relax. I watched Jaxson Dart in college. He's good for that. He's good for trying to run somebody over. His helmet flies off his head. Now he got to come out the game. Jaxson Dart is going to go so hard, he'll fuck around and hurt himself. You really got to protect this guy. Okay? I like Jaxson Dart, though. I do like what I see for him. And I loved what I saw from him. I bet on the Giants. I believe the Giants were going to beat the Chargers. Before that game, I picked Jaxson Dart up and put him on my fantasy team. So he is now one of my quarterbacks on my fantasy team. I got nothing but faith in Jaxson Dart. I just also know they got to know kind of how to make sure there are still some training wheels there. Slightly. Oh, is it this? Oh, it's been there. The main thing that really concerned me was the fact that they were going to pop off and play against the Chargers for the first game. But for him to come out there like that confident, and to have a team that could back him up, a defense that can back him up, and then for them to come out there and get that win, that is huge for New York. It's huge for Jaxson and his confidence. And then next up, you got New Orleans. New Orleans is still going to play him tough, but I think Jaxson Dart is ultimately going to be a successful quarterback with the New York Giants. I'm saying that, though, kind of a little bit hesitant because I don't trust the New York Giants. I don't trust Daboll, but I do think they got a guy, though, that can do it in multiple ways. And he's a badass. When we talk about my comps, my Jaxson Dart comp was John Elway. Tell me where I'm wrong. I'm talking through and through. Badass, long hair, trying to run over people, jump over people, willing to run, can run. Probably don't need to run as much, but will run. It's going to run when you least expect it, and it's going to hurt you and gas you in the run game. Has a rocket for an arm. People like to say he's got a decent arm. No, he's got a rocket for an arm. It's not necessarily Cam Ward's arm as it pertains to the velocity, but he spins it with the best of them and with touch. His entire college career, he's slinging the ball around the field to wide receivers that were never actually considered Biletnikoff type of receivers. And he's got everybody looking amazing. These guys were talented, though. They were skilled. I am very concerned now that Nabers is out because I'm concerned what their offense is going to look like. I'm concerned as to how the route tree is going to route tree, how it's going to stem in the game when you don't necessarily have a number one wide receiver out there. In my opinion, you need to have one number one wide receiver, two number two wide receivers, because one of those number two wide receivers can sometimes be a decoy one, and then you need a three. That, in my opinion, you got to have, that's what you have to have. That's the best way for it to work. All right, and like Jameson Williams and Amon-Ra, you can swap that out. 1-2. And you kind of don't really know how to, because when you focus on Amon-Ra, there go Jameson Williams just running right by you. Oh, let's focus on Jameson. Here go Amon-Ra, all up in the middle of the field, doing all kinds of little gadget shit. Now they just got us fucked up, and now we just lost 55-2. I think the Giants are in a great space. They got their guy. I am so happy that they chose Jaxson Dart and not Shador. I'm so glad they didn't go for the hype, honestly, because for a moment there it was a little scary. It felt like they were going to just be a part of this PR campaign that Shador was just kind of building bit by bit. He had an interview that he did with Max Crosby. My guess is he was trying to get to either the Raiders or the Giants. And then he had that little link-up session that he had with Malik Nabers in the middle of the street where they're throwing the ball around. And then he had his cleats before the BYU game that were the New York Giants cleats. Made sure they had that on camera. Dabol, I know at least, is paying attention to what he feels like he needs. He feels like he's got his guy in Jaxson Dart. I think he does, because I think he's got a guy who's a badass who's going to do what he's asked to do. And he's not going to necessarily do it with any lip. He's just going to go and do it really hard. He's going to put his body on the line, which scares me a bit. I think the Giants definitely got to make sure they got a very good backup plan. Jameis is all right for a game or two. He'll steal you one. But I'm a fan of Jaxson Dart. I think the Giants are the type of team. You call me crazy. That's the kind of team that can mess around and get a wild card spot. Say what you want. I mean, look at their division. They're in a division right now with Dallas, and Washington, and Philadelphia, right? So let's go ahead and give Philadelphia the number one spot. But who out of those other two teams are really doing that well? Dallas is not. Washington is struggling. I know we're waiting on Jaden Daniels, but I mean, when he was first out there in that first game, it didn't look that good. It didn't look that good. Granted, sometimes it doesn't. I get that. But that to me just means now this game isn't just about our quarterback. Now this game becomes about the D-line. And the way the Green Bay Packers played against the Washington Commanders, the Giants can do the same thing. The Giants are fast as fuck when it comes down to their D-line. That D-line is ferocious and scary. They're absolutely the kind of D-line that can get penetration on both sides and run you down. When you thought you were getting away, no, I was just running you over here to this other D-lineman, to the other edge. So I like Jaxson Dart. I like what I see for him. I think the Giants, they made the right choice. They did what they needed to do. They moved up and got him. Trust me, somebody else would have went and got him, I believe. And I think they're all the better for it. And he's all the better for it too. I don't think you can't just put a talented quarterback on any old team. If Cam Ward was on the Giants right now, that team is successful. That team might be 3-1 because he's ready to go. He's ready to go. I don't want to hear anybody say anything about, but why is he taking the most sacks? Well, he's going to hang on to the ball a bit because he's going to try and make some plays. Because the plays that he would try to make when he's trying to get it out fast, that quick throw in the seam, that quick dart that he throws, that Ridley keeps dropping and guys just keep dropping. Yeah, well, my guys seem to kind of need me to take a little bit off it. They need a little lofty pass. They need a jump pass. So I got to hang on to it a little bit longer. Let them get to that right spot, and then I can let it go. So beyond that, another reason why the Titans, they need to keep losing, they're going to need to get the best kind of O-line that they can get. They're going to need that. And if it's not necessarily just the best O-line right now, it might be the best pick that they can get. So they have the currency of moving picks and doing whatever they might need to do. So I'm going to have patience with both guys, though. I'm possibly going to start Jaxson Dart next week because I think Caleb Williams actually might be on a bye, and Jaxson is going to be playing against the Saints. So I'm looking forward to that. But I'm just here to preach patience. All right? Patience, dog. That's all I'm trying to say. You feel me? Let's move on to third down. I got some takes when it comes to college ball.